Hello, hello. Welcome back to DevCast. Today you have myself, Wale, and James. Barnaby has decided to take some time off into whatever, wherever he's gone to. Nah, I joke. He's on a work trip, so therefore you have myself and James, who are going to have fun today with something brand new that we are about to embark on. And James is going to talk to you about it now.
Yeah, so we finished console stuff last week, got all our services all happy and pretty. So we had kind of options for what we do next. There's there's always more work on the platform. But looking at the high level things that could be improved on our platform, which is always a good, once you finish a piece of work, to kind of go like, what's the next improvement you can make? I suppose we've done a video of it, but behind the scenes for Saturday game streams, we run a Nomad job every week to control our GCP clients. It spins up another client of a particular size. Because of the way that the Nomad UI works for dispatch jobs, you can't have drop-down options, and you can't really do any fancy logic on it. It's just text fields.
Yep.
So a way of improving that would be moving into a kind of our own website, or kind of our own systems that populate the dispatch jobs. And a big tool for that, which lots of people use or are using, is Backstage. So I have decided that instead of building something from scratch, which wouldn't have been a good idea, though we'll see if that may still happen because Backstage has its quirks, I have decided to just use Backstage. So we have, I've got Vault set up to an amount. When I clicked the button, sign in button earlier, it didn't work. So I'm going to ignore that for now and just click guest sign in. This is people that haven't seen Backstage before. It is the single pane of glass ID kind of development portal, service catalog, however you want to name it.
Self-service.
So yeah, all the common platform engineering buzzwords Backstage kind of hits.
Yeah.
The reason we're going to use that is this create button, which lets you run templates. So you can deploy what they call components, but we're going to try and build this template that will inside Nomad and deploy will dispatch a parameterized job. None of that matters. We're hitting an API call, passing it through some information. So if I click choose, we can type in a name.
So all of this, by the way, is currently hosted locally only.
Yes.
On your,
yeah. Here is my terminal that's running it.
He's not running it in a container, by the way.
No.
Which is weird to me because I don't know.
Backstage runs better. JavaScript apps run better for dev if you don't run them in containers. There is a way of probably doing what is doing containers. I just ran yarn start. There's, I think there is Docker image. There is a Docker image that comes with this.
Yeah.
But the difference between a dev container and a deployment container are very different because Backstage does get built into an artifact. So to build the deployment container takes 10-20 minutes, which for as quick as I want to dev, that is far too long.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so we got our job. We can type a name, click review, says what I've typed the name in. When I click create, we get some logs, and it doesn't call my API. So let's take a step back and go in some of the Backstage stuff. So this is what we're going to do. I want it to run here and hit a Nomad API, get some response. Hopefully within the hour. We'll see. So some Backstage things. So this is a scaffolder, is what the internal term of a pipeline is. So this is how we pass through a token. I'm just going to briefly highlight some things. This gets passed through into the back end in index. No, in module. Oh no, that's my pipe. Oh my god, sorry. This has a lot of files by default. So I want packages, backend, source, index. So this is the code that loads in my plugin that I'm creating. So we're creating a plugin for Backstage. And the plugin is in this plugin folder. You would probably, once you're devved, move this into its own repo and pull it the same way you would pull normal Node modules. But for now, it's just here. We have one action called dispatch.
That's line 27. That's where it's getting the token.
Line 27 is, yeah, that's where it's spoken. And hello, the Dark Prince. Welcome to Rambling About Backstage. Yeah, so this is...
Hello, Femi.
This is where it gets the token. We're then passing through some values from the job. The Nomad address will probably get pulled in the same way this token does later. So basic, I said basic. This is TypeScript, JavaScript way of just getting an HTTPS request. I'm just using HTTP and a get, passing it through some options and getting the data. As you may have noticed in the run I just did, which is here, this doesn't output any of this stuff.
Interesting.
And I think, so this is, if you see there's an await here, so this is an async function. So it runs, other things wait for it to happen. There's a loop happening somewhere else that will occasionally check to see if this function is ready. HTTP and HTTPS modules are not async compatible. So we need to wrap this in a promise. Then it should work.
Okay.
And I'm sorry if I just said a lot of words that don't make any sense. So at a high level, I'm going to go, and I've got a Stack Overflow thing next to me that is explaining what I'm doing. So
I guess you're still one of the few that still uses Stack Overflow.
So I can click the Copilot button and ask it to do it for me.
I'm even surprised you have Copilot installed.
I don't. You don't get options anymore.
Oh, it just comes with it now.
Yeah, yeah. This button down here comes with VS Code.
Because when I had it, I hid mine, so I just removed it. But I didn't think it was. I thought it was me that installed it.
So there is some level of install, some level of just like just coming with it. They obviously, everyone really wants you to use AI. So I want new promise, and then I don't think I need that. I just want to take all this stuff, shove it inside the promise, and then I want to go. I don't know if I have to call end. I don't think I do. I think that was another thing. So if I go reject, and then I go error, reject, error, error. Yeah, if it, and then this one should be resolve.
Do you know what I was just looking up? I was just trying to figure out if I have to use TypeScript for plugin development.
For this?
Yeah.
No, but you should. So you ostensibly you shouldn't use JavaScript anymore.
Oh,
If you're doing anything, you should just use TypeScript. Then I go promise. So this, if my assumption is correct, this should just work. And as you can see, this changes this. So this is the stuff that on Windows it didn't work, but I'm messing around with Ubuntu now, so this works. So it detected a change in my code, so it's restarting the deployment server. I think in WSL it wasn't working correctly.
oh, fair.
So now if I go back to here, restart you. No, that's Nomad. That's not what I'm messing with. I'm messing with. Oh my god.
It's very deceiving as well because it says deploying. So you think, oh, you're deploying something.
I'll go back to create. I'm just going to refresh that to make sure. Choose, review, create.
Yeah, not working. Fall.
No, that is working.
But job not found. It's not supposed to find a job. It's supposed to create a job.
So currently, because I didn't want to be causing things problematically, I'm just doing get job.
Oh, fair.
Like I needed to authenticate with a Nomad token, and in a way that doesn't, that my like it semi work state isn't deploying a server. So which is why I was just using the job, because the worst thing would be like it works but doesn't give me any return, which is what was happening. I was successfully doing things but not getting the return out. Successfully, I was successfully making a call but not getting return out.
And which token are you using? Your token, root token,
This is
generated.
my token. So within this app config.local, which I'm not going to open because it has secrets in it, I have a scaffolder block which has this line's uncommented and my token passed in.
Okay.
And this does, by default, let you pull environment variables. So what you'd have is in the production version, like this, this is how it pulls to environment variables. So you'd have an equivalent for scaffolder with environment variables, and then those would get passed in our use case, through the Nomad job or your Kubernetes manifest or however you're deploying this. Yeah, which is why. And I think I'm going to do the same for the Euro. I think I would rather do that. Place you. Delete that. This only handles HTTPS currently. If I can, maybe I'll get it support HTTP, but
it should be okay.
It's probably fine. So now I want to go into my app config. This is going to be for everyone. And then so I suppose app config gets loaded in for every time Backstage runs, no matter the environment. Yeah. And then production local is split between
whatever environment.
Local.
Yeah. And I think I missed the part where you told it what where you're working as right now, as in that you're local or.
So within the package.json, within the start, this is very much into the way Backstage runs. I believe it's this part of the way that Backstage CLI works. Sets that. May also be. Yeah, I don't know if there's an environment variable. There's a variable that sets it as well.
So you haven't messed with it to say, oh, this is local for now.
No.
Okay, cool.
I don't even know really what passes in the local thing, because all I'm running is start, which runs Backstage CLI repo start. Fair enough. And there's probably some file in here that tells it what that actually means. Because my run is yarn start. I had to turn no snapshot mode on, no node snapshot mode. It errored, so I exported it and then it worked. But yeah, it's This is what it is. So I need to set the address. Currently, I'm setting it in the template. So I'm just going to steal the way I have written the address. And then I don't need to put it here. Obviously, we want the job name. So this is, I suppose, this is the pipeline that gets run when you click the Go action button.
Yeah.
We want the name from here to be this job name.
Yeah, that would make sense.
The way you do that is you steal this parameter name block. So it's parameters is the overarching thing, and then name is the name of the property.
Also, I see allowed hosts is line 36.
This is a sample template that comes with it.
Okay.
This is to create a directory. So this is part. This would, this sets the repo picker, and it means the host can only be github.com.
I see.
That's not what we're messing with today. We're just setting the parameter name. So this should mean that whatever we set here becomes the job name. So and then it should hopefully give us successful output. Let's find out. The templates don't auto-update as easily as the actions. So I'm just going to restart the service to force update on templates. And with that, if I go create, go refresh, and I choose Nomad, and then I go factor. No thanks, Factorio. Maybe I should have done one that's easier to spell. Job not found. I think there's a weird thing about. Okay, let's do this job. Grafana. Okay, something is going wrong with my command. So I'm passing through Factorio. So I'm passing through Grafana.
Yeah.
Still getting 404.
Wait, you're using API call, right?
This is just an API call, yeah.
Yeah, let's see what the API how is like putting it together.
So it's host name, and the path is /v1/jobs/job name.
Oh, port as well, 466. Okay.
We can see it's hitting Nomad because we're getting a job not found error.
Rather than forbidden.
Or address not valid, or like we can kind of infer that it's getting that it's failing to get the job more than anything else.
Yeah.
So let's just do a bit of moving.
All right. So API for jobs. It says
V1
jobs. Have you tried to put S in the path?
Like that?
Yeah. But that would then give you a list, right? That would give you a list of all the jobs.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. It would. Jobs. Yeah, I'm looking at the sample request.
That is trying longer.
Yeah. That should give us all our jobs. At least all the jobs your token has access to.
Which I assume would be all of them. Oh yeah, Nomad has a concept of blocking queries. I could have done the blocking query option. So blocking queries in Nomad, just to, as I mentioned it, is unlike this, which is async. It'll like hold the request. But this shouldn't be taking this long. Yeah, we're going here 404, and now it's struggling.
It's stuck. Oh, so what you were doing was actually fine. We just need to look at, if you go into a Nomad job, for example, what
Yep.
is the ID of the job?
Oh, it needs to be an ID, not a name.
Yeah. So I wanted to know, like, how do we get the ID? Is the name the same as ID?
Maybe. Job ID. Oh, I probably need a. Okay, that's that.
Because I think your API call looks correct to me.
A thing that may be the case as well is it may need the content type.
Oh, that as well. The JSON. No, I'm looking at the sample request. It's just literally curl and then job v1 job / my job. And then, oh, we're using namespaces, right?
No, we're not.
In our jobs, for jobs.
No.
Oh, no, sorry, yeah, we're not using
Oh, no, we are. We are using namespace. Do I have to specify namespace?
Yeah, I mean, you should as well, if there's. So question mark, yeah, exactly. Good to call.
I will
Yeah,
parameterize that if this works.
if it works. Wait, and that job is now job ID. This job name is job
Yeah,
ID.
job name is job ID.
Okay, good. Then we should be good.
That's a problem.
Oh, it's gone. See. So your yarn redeploy stuff doesn't work as you thought it would do.
That normally means something's failed.
Well,
Nope.
no. Just wanted you to restart.
Grafana. There we go.
Yay. Now try it without the namespace. No, actually, that's the only thing that we did different.
That is the only thing that changed.
Namespace. Okay, so we need E. So when the user is, actually, I say user, when we are deploying, so for now, we could just have one namespace, I guess. Yeah.
No, we have 4 namespaces.
No,
we have. Yeah, we have 3 namespaces.
I guess for this template, when people are using it, obviously we know for sure it's gonna be core.
I mean, I can just do namespace. But, like, it's not hard to just add another parameter that goes through.
It's not about that. It's about what Billy was telling me at some point. That obviously you don't want the user to have to worry about that aspect. They don't need to worry about the namespace part.
So this action is not the users don't specify the inputs for this action. This is just creating the ability to do something.
Yeah.
So it's in the template, which is where you define what the user has access to. So the platform engineering way of doing it is I don't add another parameter here. I just go. We know that the database is going to be core, so we just go core. And but it means if we want to dispatch another job, and essentially we know the name of the dispatch job. Like the name isn't even something we need. I was just testing it.
Yeah.
Like it's trying to give the user as little options as possible. All I really want is, I suppose, the name of the instance we're creating. It's what name, node group, and well, no, you could create an instance for each node pool. Yeah. So you just need the name and the instance size. And then if you want to go on further, you can go, well, we just use a random name. We know the node, we could do node pool name - random ID, and not worry about it.
Also, what we might want is uptime. Because for anything we deploy into Nomad, we don't have any way of destroying them automatically.
Yeah, we do. You automatically destroy code store ones.
But that destroys GCP instance, as in the instance that's deployed. So this deploys this deploys an instance. Sorry, I forgot. My mind was more
And the
like it deploys the job. I forgot that actually deploys.
and the Nomad code is the job is smart enough that if the underlying instance disappears, the job just finishes nicely.
Nice. Okay. I don't use parameterized jobs at all in my own home lab stuff.
They're fun. They're a little bit complicated, but they're fun. So
yeah,
this I need to
address. So now we know that works.
Now I need to specify the namespace, which is just job name. Yeah. Oh no, CTX input. So I do that namespace.
So the next thing is to actually trigger the job, right? Or submit the job.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's see. This job allocation now. Sample request now. This job. Job. Oh, this is read. Update. There we go. Nope.
So what we want
Is dispatch.
is dispatch.
I just found
job.
it.
So
Yeah.
this is post. It is job ID /dispatch, and it will dispatch a job for us.
For this one, you don't need namespace. Actually, oh, you might need namespace.
So yes, this is going to be the same. This will be the same thing. It's just going to be /dispatch.
Okay.
I would assume.
Yeah, that's fine for now.
Yeah.
Do you have the application /JSON somewhere in there?
What do you mean by? Oh no. Post. Yeah, this will fail to dispatch a job, and then we can do the next stage.
All right.
So I want to set the job name because we know what the job's name's called.
So the triggering of the job of the template is just create, and that's it.
Oh wait, I need to go like that. Didn't. So you say the trigger the job will just create, yeah, hopefully. That's the name of the job that we won the dispatch against.
Oh, fair. It looked different to me.
I don't think you really ever run this.
I have not had to play Factorio on my own, so yes, all of this is brand new to me. Let's talk about Warframe instead. My latest passion.
I can show you some random Go code I wrote for that if you want, but
bro, my YouTube is not showing me a lot of stuff on Warframe. All I realize is I can't just rely on you for all the information because there's just so much.
I know a drop in the ocean compared to some people.
There's so much information.
Just be careful about spoilers, is all I'll say about Warframe. Okay.
Yeah.
So name doesn't mean anything.
But why are we still requiring to fill that out?
We will want this. This is me just being lazy and not deleting stuff or commenting stuff out.
Okay.
So if I go create,
ooh,
that's going to be the thing I actually ordered. So request point is empty. Good.
Yes.
This is what we want.
Yes. Because payload. Why? So it needs a payload.
So parameterized job. So if I pull in the Nomad stuff. So this is our parameterized job. Oh my god. Sorry. It doesn't really like being like pushed up to the top. I don't know why. Well, I mean, Linux. Fine. Okay. Definition. So we have parameterized
Hidden.
You can't pass through a payload, but it requires instance name and node pool.
Ah.
And the error is request body is empty, even though I thought
So
payload is empty.
maybe you could just still put an empty payload in there.
Yeah,
Because I'm looking at the sample payload. It says payload.
Oh, I'm running https.get.
That doesn't help as well.
That's sorry about the thing. You have to like buzz the doorbell 5 or 6 times to be able to get through this apartment.
That's okay. Post and then data payload JSON. I hope we won't need that JSON.
This is now fetching.
Oh yeah, we can see live data logs.
It's not.
No. Wait, did he trigger it?
No.
19. Yeah, so I'm looking at the example, right? The example does have a -- data payload JSON.
Yeah, so this has failed because it's just like timing out and try again.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We need to probably put that in there.
So, I think it's a weird thing about the way Post works. If I remember, I need default. No, OQ. Sorry, where am I? That's the promise. I hate this stuff. The like function inside functions. I hate so much. I will at some point. I'm going to tidy this code up massively. .write OQ.end. I think this is all I need to go pass through an empty body.
Okay.
But
undefined socket hang.
That's fine. Boom! EOF. Not useful. Well,
400.
400 is not a helpful error message. Definitely not EOF.
All right, let's have a look at the dispatch job thing again.
No, I think this is a React issue. Sorry, HTTPS. No, the HTTPS. Yes, this goes write data.
You're right. So I just checked. The only thing that's required is the job ID. Yeah, you don't actually need a payload.
Let's try without a payload, just ending the request. Because it may need to be ended. This is the stuff that I hate streaming programming, because it's just like I just don't understand. So there you go. So there's request body is empty. So we have to have that one.
Even though that's empty too. Just fun fact. It turns out the reason we do need a namespace is because by default it is default.
Yeah,
so that's why
we're using namespaces.
Yeah.
There's a chance that here we're requiring these two. So there's a chance we have to specify the metadata.
Okay, so metadata.
So I think that is and meta.
Oh, you can just append it like in there. Okay. Yeah, that's it. And then you need the key value.
Oh no. So within the body, I think you can do it in the body, which would be better.
Their example was within the data block. So
within here, sample payload.
Yeah.
Which is the body.
Yeah.
I can specify payload, which is empty, and then the meta here. So I think this is the better way of doing it. So if I go JSON dot stringify, and then I go
Meta.
oops,
I would get rid of payload. It doesn't need payload.
oh no, this needs to be like that. One second.
No worries. So as you can see, James is having a conversation with himself.
Sorry,
No.
the wife is delivering me my post. So
Yeah.
I'm going to pass payload is empty.
I was saying that I don't think we need to put that in there. You don't need a payload line. Since we don't
Okay.
have anything for payload, we might as well get rid of it.
Okay.
Key. Royal Mail. What are you saying? Oh, I think my coffee order.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's probably Royal Mail.
I am stringifying stuff, so I don't have like. I think that's what I want, and then instance name can be test, node pool can be test.
You should put stream stuff test.
I should inscribe. No, testing is a good way of. Oh,
that was quick. Wow, recovering. That is actually quick. So will okay, this is a question that we probably try and answer now. Will Backstage keep us updated?
wouldn't keep us updated.
As in when the job is finished?
Not currently. Like, but what we will get at the moment is a Discord ping.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's what you guys are always relying on to know that it's done.
Yeah, but nothing would be stopping us from within this run. Like, this is now green. Nothing is stopping us that the final green tick isn't instant being created and getting a IP address or some form of like useful information.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that I'm just going to go into GCP now. How you log into GCP?
We have not received any ping yet. How long does it usually take? Roughly?
I've got a ping.
Announcement. Hold on.
It's in DCO Gaming Infra.
I don't think I get notification for that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. It's up. Nice.
And there we go. Test Nomad client. So now if I just kill this job, don't know if my kill process actually works correctly.
Also, question on that. See how
no.
Backstage doesn't track all the deployed jobs then, right? Just deploys. That's it. It doesn't have a place of application where you like Waypoint, for example. You use the template to deploy the application, and then you can see the application.
So within Backstage, what you should be doing is registering a component at the same time. So you register a component here, which is what we'll ultimately end up doing, is having components here that pull from GCP, all the compute, pull from Nomad, all the jobs, and then connect them all together. So
that will make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Normally, Backstage is GitOps flow. So you have a file. You have a file that you store that then Backstage can read, but the way I'm trying to move for the components, and I think the way I'm trying to move for this server, which I think even means waypoint wouldn't really work, is we don't need the state of it. The state's the Nomad job and the client. Well, ostensibly the state is there's a box living in GCP.
Yes.
Um,
That's what we care about.
and the Nomad job is just a way of like tracking it. But ostensibly, if we could just deploy the server through Backstage and then just accept that the auto destroy is going to destroy it, or build a fancy auto destroy that can run every hour and read the tags on servers, or however you want to do it. Cool. So the next step is I hard-coded these things. We need to not hard-code them.
So we want that. So at least now, since we don't pass in the name of the job, at least we could ask the user for those parts then.
So this isn't going to be instance name. No, we need job name. And we also need instance name.
Yeah. What I'm saying is those are the stuff. Those two inputs can be something we can ask from the user. Right?
Yeah.
Did you just override it?
What do you mean?
I thought there was something else there, and then you just pasted instant name onto it.
Oh, I copied the top line.
Oh, fair. And then okay. One more.
Because we can actually in here, if we wanted to, have another object that is the stuff we're passing into the parameter. But I don't know how much I care about that. No, let's actually do that. Let's go params equals z.object.
So params is the input from.
Yeah, going that if we're trying to build a standard, name and namespace is kind of about the thing you're deploying, and then params is like what we're passing through. What else do I need to pass through? No pool. But even
What's wrong?
This is to dispatch any job. I'm not going to worry about it for now, really, but this is to dispatch any job. These should be. This should just be a list of objects.
Yeah.
This should just be any objects that can be passed through. And then in the template, we worry about what these objects should look like.
I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for now, we can all. So when we get to that bridge where we want to dispatch another, then we can make it more. It's like refactoring then.
Yep.
So that's fine. The only question now is everything that's in param, is it classified as required then?
This is all required, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But all this stuff is required anyway, so it's fine.
No. The reason I was asking is for when we do want to make it so it can dispatch any job, then if those two are in there, and obviously when we don't require them for the job, then how do we go about that? Well,
yeah, it'll be tweaking some things. But
yeah.
Actually, this should be called meta, not params, because this is the Nomad. No, things don't have to be. And then in you, I need to go params.
You still have it copied, so
yeah. wish this wasn't in YAML, but we use what we've got.
Yeah.
So I need instance name
And node pool.
And if we're being fancy, this shouldn't be node pool. This should be like department, which is then what our, but
Yeah.
that is what our node pools fall under. So like core
Yeah.
is the like core stuff. Factorio runs on the DCOG node pool. Like that's kind of how pools are kind of split.
I'm trying to think about it, how we call our stuff departments as well, or no? Because we do have that split. We do have that split that you just mentioned.
Yeah, I can't remember what our
Yeah,
actually is.
I just don't think it was department. But anyways, let's leave it as department for now. It's fine. When Barnaby gets back and he has a strong opinion about it, we can have a conversation.
I mean, it's not hard to change. This is trying to go into the platform engineering ethos, which is like what the user sees is name and department.
Yeah.
And size is the other one that needs to be messed with.
But that wasn't required, right?
But the whole point of this is it gets the size. And we can do fun things with Backstage. If I can remember how to do it.
Drop down?
Yeah. Somewhere in the Backstage docs it tells you how to do drop downs, I think. Oh, that's the one. It's like writing a template. Picker. I don't think. I think we want that. It's the like knowing what this stuff's called. Someone's asking for it. Here we go. So it's a type string and it's an enum. So if I then go size.
Wouldn't it be sorry, it's instance size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so wouldn't it be instance size rather than size?
Sure. I'm just going to be a little bit lazy. Oh, that didn't multiply. Let's focus. I'm just going to delete all this stuff. Just like formatting. And then I want default is small. No, these will end up having to be like the actual sizes, but
yeah. Yeah.
And then this is a template change, so I need to restart the code to make sure it gets picked up.
Oh, I was gonna suggest something real quick with the title, because you have capital name, so department should be capital as well, and instance space.
Yeah, this can be different spaces, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, I don't think it actually picked up the servers. I probably could have just restarted it. Cool. Now I give it a refresh, make sure it picks up the right thing. choose that. And then we've got name, department, and then instance.
Even the department one, I think we could do that as the enum as well.
I would want, I think with all of this stuff, having a way of overriding, which I think you can do. But just because, well, we may want, I suppose if we're on instance size that's not on this list, maybe we should be deploying through something else, but I almost want a way you can do like other on any of this stuff. I suppose there's a, it wouldn't be enum, it'd be something else.
We're looking at something like case, where when we say other, then grab. C4D standard.
Oh yeah, we should really, so it looks like the correct way of doing it is we go E2 standard
Yeah.
to, and then we get enum names. So what is, so the enum bit is what gets passed through to the code. The names is what you show the user.
Okay, that makes sense. That's better actually.
So
because they don't need to know.
And the same with this. This can be node pool, and this can be instance name. Oh no, yeah, instance name. So this title is what gets shown to user. This property is what we define. So instance name, node pool, and then I want instance size, which we're not setting yet, are we? No.
But then, for the job to run just now, we didn't set it either. Was it part of the optional stuff in Nomad?
Yes. So in Nomad, if I, it's Nomad. So within the definition, so it is optional. And if optional isn't set, if the optional stuff isn't set, it uses these meta arguments. So these are the like defaults of these values. So you kind of have, yeah, they have to be set. They're just being set somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the auto stop time, 21.
This doesn't work.
Oh,
I don't think.
no.
It may work. I don't know. I think there are some issues with this Go code that I haven't looked at fixing. But at one point it will work. It wouldn't surprise me if there's token or permission issues or something's gone weird. But it's fine for now. I actually want to make sure I grab that so I'm using the correct. Yeah, because here it's machine type. Because that I think is the GCP slang for it.
Yep. Machine type families.
Well, the family is the first bit. So our family is E2.
Yep.
We're then using a standard image of size 2 or 4. And actually, I don't actually think I want to give the option of 6.
I mean, it's just us for now. Give us the power.
No. If you want the power, you can do it the old school way.
No.
Because really, this should be. You may even want to go that actually what you're trying to do is deploying the game server. So I want to be deploying Factorio, and within that, it deploys an instance of the size you want it to be. So you could even go like a level back where I'm just being like, give me Factorio, and it will make sure the job's deployed, make sure the server's created correctly.
Yeah.
Because generally, like, yeah, each of our games are quite different size nodes, because really I think Factorio is high memory but not high CPU. No, Factorio is high CPU but not high memory, whereas Minecraft is high memory but not high CPU, which means we can actually save money by using the non-standard versions.
Yeah.
I can't remember what has changed, so I'm just going to restart. Let's go create. Choose that. Let's go follow like medium instance size. Oh, that didn't default. Maybe it did. Oh, that wasn't auto selected. Cool. And then if I create instant params requires. Oh, I missed a step. That's a shame. Now if we go back to here, refresh that. Choose like follow medium review create. So that has dispatched the job, and we get the allocation ID and stuff like
Eva. Yeah.
You get all the information. Oh no, this is the job ID. So this is the ID of the job that it's created. And if I go back here, refresh. Okay, we've got our like client, which should be a E2 standard 4. So that lets us, just by clicking a single button, because I always forget what the machine types are.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a one-click solution to deploy the server. Probably will go as far as building templates to deploy like a Factorio server. So I don't even have to have any of the inputs. I just click go and it will create one for me.
That will be the next thing to do. Yeah. Can you go back to the place where you're deploying the job real quick? In fact, no, wow, Factorio. And yeah, Backstage.
And I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you leave that page now and
So
just
I
do
go,
create, yeah.
Yep.
And another one, choose. All right. So in the size one, can you click on the drop down again? Okay, we only have small and medium. All right. All right. So, because what I was thinking about is that for me personally, I don't want to have to keep coming back to GCP to remember what was. So I was gonna say for the small, maybe put that in bracket for okay, what it would have.
Yeah, yeah. Or we can have a CPU and memory box, and that then turns it into the size.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
like we
because
could
I'm looking at it right now. There's small.
So complicated. It's
Yeah,
so complicated.
E2 standard is 4 VCPs.
But also the benefit of this is nothing in here is saying GCP.
Fair.
Like one of our like long-term goals is being able to multi-cloud this, and just being able to be like almost what's the cheapest at the time, what are we feeling like, and it will just be like, oh, I want to deploy to Linode now, or I want to deploy to AWS, and it will just do it.
Yeah.
Which means you don't want to have to go like, oh, what's the small size for this random cloud? It's just like, oh, give me a small box.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'll be the ideal platform UA.
That's the plan. I'm just going to kill this server. Oh, I didn't actually terminate you. I just stopped it. Delete. They would have been cleaned up in an hour, but I feel like saving money. And then, yeah, you see the one that got stopped. This job is just like, yeah, stopped. And at some point, it'll clean itself up, I think.
Yeah,
it's gone. Well,
nope, it's back.
But whatever. At some point, I need to fix that. That more, but yeah, I think the next stage for this is probably getting. Well, we probably need workload identity set up in Nomad to grab the token automatically, and then it will be, getting it deployed in Nomad, which is going to be interesting because there's a front end and a back end, so it's deploying both of them as within the same job and networking between them.
I mean, if it's within the same job, but obviously two different tasks, right? They should still be able to talk to each other.
Yep.
Since it's the same. Oh, that should be fine then.
Yeah, and then it's how do we build the images and how do we get the images into Nomad? Like, there's a whole host of like steps between now and when we're deployed.
Exactly.
No, I'm just use Docker.
Oh, now you want to use Docker? No, Podman.
Docker. Well,
Podman.
Use an image for deployment. Use an image.
I get you. I was checking. Okay, so this was good. I'm glad. I think we managed to do even more than what we set out.
I'm a little bit shocked this happened in the hour, but
yeah,
it's what it is.
It was a fun session. All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. As you heard, look forward to our next stream where we continue building onto this.
Or something else. Who knows?
Yeah, or something else.
Not committing to doing more Backstage next week, but we'll see.
In general, but at some point we'll definitely, since this is our self-service platform that we've chosen, we definitely will be working more on it. Yep. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for joining us today. And remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button as well, and follow us on Twitch. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.